Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's episode of Hops in a Hood. Hooray! We are a little Dutch tilt there, aren't we? Let's fix that. There we go. Straighter. Nice. All right, so say our hellos. Realms, what will be your nightmare? John C., Seth Ashley, Scuba Steve, Stanley S., Lisa Arhent, Ron Sheps, Jennifer Pew Pew Pew. I lost it. Oh my gosh, there's so much typing. Sons of Wayne, Scott Coiner, Susan Atai, Mario. It's a me, a Mario. I love how you spelled out your name with emojis. Are those emojis? Emoticons? Whatever you want to call them. Jason Murray, Tom Everard, Josh Newman, Sean Davies, TGIF indeed, Lindy Vito, Michelle Schulte, Sarah R., Blind Cook Thor, Jamie Paxton, longest name on YouTube, Rob O'Brien, John Sheffield, Scott Colhart, the man with the links. Thank you, sir, for joining us. Ella's Fire, Love for Tink, Pops in the Tube, Tugwork Studio, Alex on the Moon, Ike Camacho, Baba Daza, Kim Beady-Eyed Brad Kennedy, and hello, Frozen Oklahoma from Frozen Texas. Frozen Texas. Texas. Sean Regal, Stacy Hawkins, Hugo Cordierlete. It's good to see you on, sir. Haven't seen you on a live in a while. I'm going to give you a fist bump. Boom, shakalaka. Michelle Trost, Mimi, Mike Trzanowski, Beth Spiker. I think I said that one. I said that one. I said that one. And June Ritchie. And now I am caught up. Today's episode of Hops in a Hood because it chilly side. I have to take my little keyboard with me because this is what allows me to switch cameras. Oh, you know what? One of the first things that I have to do is leave the room. So I have to get, you know what? No, we're not going to do that. We're doing this first. This is what's happening. Look at me. I'm the captain now. Okay. So, hi. Earlier today, I made a mold. Let's hit this. See this mold that I made? This is a plaster mold, and I'm worried it's going to freeze. So I want to clean it out real quick first. I put lots of, oh, I'm in top chat. Thank you, Cat Swift. What would I do without you guys? Fail. I'd be unemployed in Greenland. Hello, Jeff Bull. Okay. Let's pop this off. -15. Oh. So I can just get this guy out. Sometimes these are tough. This is one of those times. I would also talk to myself like a crazy person. You're right. I need mechanical assistance. So give me a moment. What mask is what? What mask is what? You'll have to be more specific. I am literally in a room with probably 70 masks. It always helps when you share videos, guys. Thank you so much. Hello, Carol Warden. So, Carol is one of those names where every time I see it, I think it's spelled wrong. Yes, I am actually cold, but that's okay. It'll be fine. Yeah, we're not negative. We're like in 25. Oh, this mask is actually going. This is the fish man that I sculpted the other day. Fish man. Rob O'Brien, we don't need to hear about your wonderful weather. We're going to talk about our miserable weather. Yes, Stacy, I'm thinking I'm going to give you a pass on coming in on Monday too, because yeah, it is going to be a little bit insane. Okay. I think this loop to get a little smaller, but I can't make. Oh, I got to go taller. Sorry, guys, I need another little piece of thing. Yeah, Rob. Yeah. This is my Unabomber costume. How do I look? I gotta go pick up my FedEx box. I'm leaving the heap on the paint. I'm a consummate unprofessional because I left you guys with nothing happening. My bad, yo. Hey, Stacy. I want you to send me an audio recording of you like humming "The Girl from Ipanema," and then I can actually put that on the stream deck as hold music. So we could actually have real hold music. Okay, so let me go to phone cam for a second. See this board? That's a healthy coating of ice on top of this piece of wood. That is what Texas has. We don't get snow, really. We get ice. This little trick is a testament to the science of leverage. Okay, there we go. And now, as my hood is making it so I can't see. Okay, so this is a ratchet strap. It's around the handle in the mask form, and this board is between these two boards, okay? And as I ratchet the handle, I'm getting pressure on that resin head form. And that pulls it up and out of the mold. So what I could not do by hand, I was able to do by machine. Mm-hmm. 104, Hugo. 104. You're killing me, Smalls. Okay, so this is clay out of the mold. I did, well, now you know the trick. I did pledge this really well so that it should come out pretty easy. Because the last thing I wanted to do was power wash this mold in 20-degree weather. You know, Oregon, I think, is the prettiest state I've ever been to. If I was going to live anywhere else in the United States, it would probably be Oregon. It's beautiful. And I don't have a lot here to clean out. You guys can see I'm mostly clean. So all right. Ozbot's a little far out, but that's what we get. And right now, Ozbot's following me. Like, he might stop following me because he'll be able to see my face even less now because of the hood. What do you do? I have not been to Washington. You're correct. But that whole Northeast, man, Northwest is beautiful. I'm a mountain and tree person. So I also love Colorado. I've been to Colorado. That's really pretty. Let's see if he's listening to commands right now. Yes, he did it. There is heat in the shop, but nothing in Texas is built in order to. We don't have the same insulation that other states do. There's heat in the shop, but I'm in a shop building. That whole wall is a garage door. Half of this wall is a metal garage door. So when I first got the shop, it didn't even have any AC. It didn't even have any insulation up top. It looks like this mold came out great, by the way. I bet it's beautiful, Jeff. Okay. Yeah, like in our in Home Depot, they don't even sell like 2-inch pink foam. The biggest we can get is 3/4 of an inch. They don't even sell 1 inch. Rob O'Brien, are you implying there's a mountain in Claremont? Florida has the beach. They shouldn't also have mountains. That'd be too much. Now, if I could just live anywhere I want in the world, it might be Puerto Rico. It's so beautiful there. I thought it was so beautiful when I was there. There was mountains and beach, and it was wonderful. Oh, the attic door. Whoa, that's terrible. Normally I do sounds. I don't do a lot of music. I prefer sounds because I normally it's environmental sounds is what I play. I want something in each set to make noise, and I want that, and then there's a soundtrack, but it's almost always mood stuff. It's background, it's ambient more than music per se. Hey, Graffy. Hey. Hey, Bloody Effects. Good to see you on. Christopher Lazote, we pay ASCAP and BMI. So it's a mix. It's a mix as far as what we use. And a lot of times we edit custom tracks anyway from things that we have used, purchased, or have the rights to, or whatever. And you know what? It's hard to beat video game music, guys. Video game music, they're one of the few things where they have to build a whole world just like we do. They have to build a whole world. So the music in video games, the ambient music in video games, is really wonderful for setting a mood. That's why you need a second device that has just for the live stream comments. There you go. Use all of your bandwidth. Feed Still Beast Studios bandwidth, please. So no power outages today. Today our power has been very stable. Tomorrow I actually have to run out to the post office tomorrow morning, so that'll be fun. First trip out in a couple days. I do not trust Texans. I was raised in Maryland, so I am okay driving. I feel that I'm okay. I've never had an accident while driving in the snow or ice, but Texans are crazy, man. They don't want anything to slow them down, except rain. If it rains, they all try and park under an overpass. I'm sorry, Baba Daza. Disconnect your phone. Okay. I appreciate you getting me a couple extra viewers. So I'm about 140 people away from my 1,000 subscriber goal. So that's not terrible. I don't think I'll make it for this. I don't think you guys are going to see clowns on night number 10. But we're very close. Whenever I reach 1,000 subscribers, I will give away a mask to a subscriber. I will do that. I love that we're all discussing the merits of our states. That's very good. Hello, Jordan Easel. Good to see you on again, sir. Jordan, it's been a while. I'm going to give you a Beastman fist bump. So, Plastic Ninja, what it is about clowns is I said if I got to 1,000 subscribers, on this channel by the end of my 10 nights of color, then the last night I would paint and hair 2 clowns. So I would do 2 clowns. I don't think you're going to see one because I don't think there's 140 or so left to go, and I don't think that I'm going to get to I'm not going to get to 1,000 by night 10. Tonight is night 8, I think. So there you go. I'm so close to clean on this. I'm tempted to just keep cleaning it out, but this is all little stuff right now. I didn't want it to freeze, you know. So, Jordan, here's what prompted the second channel, okay? I gained a lot of followers, viewers, subscribers on the first channel during this push towards October. And I gained a lot of subscribers. So, because I picked up Monday is not happening, Body Geeks. I picked up a lot of subscribers. But they don't like live videos. And if you join Stiltby Studios for YouTube Wednesday, a 20-minute video that I post once every week, then you might unsubscribe if you get if you end up getting 6 notifications a week for a 2 or 3 hour live video and the 1 notification for YouTube Wednesday. So I would get bunches of unsubscribes. You can pop out chat, yes. Joshua Kane. Well, I do announce on my channel. It's on almost all my YouTube Wednesday videos. It's there in the description. A lot of times I'll make it the first comment and I'll pin it as the top comment. So I've gotten the word out as much as I can, but it takes a while. So yes, Joshua Kane, it does take a little bit. I don't know about making a whole announcement videos. I'm not popular enough for an announcement video. No one's gonna care. I feel like I really have to tell folks while I'm giving him good information. Boy, Tina, you must really want to see clowns. Joshua Kane. You don't watch the regular Stiltbeast channel? No, Scott, I threw my clay away. All my clay went right in this garbage can that I rolled over. I prefer clean, new clay because I'm fancy. Now, I have a treat for you. I'm going to go to phone cam, but you won't be able to hear me, remember? So, I'm going to phone cam. I got to run and grab something, but I'll be right back. And you're going to come with me. I guess I could do that, Stacy. Okay. All right. So I have these masks. This is what I'm painting today. I'm repainting this mummy from Trick or Treat Studios. I'm going to repaint it. And I am repainting this creature from the Black Lagoon. So there we go. Oh, we're on Ozbot. Sorry, guys. Ozbot's drunk. Well, let's fix the Ozbot here. Hey, buddy. You got me? No, you don't. There we go. Now we're on. Yeah, Ozbot, he has some challenges. I'm not sure what's going on there exactly. You got an excavator? Oh, that's so fun. When I come visit, can I drive the excavator? I do. I got to put a sign up there. All right, so this zombie mask that we did the other day. You guys remember him, right? From yesterday? It is actually pretty cold here. You are not wrong. Okay. Now, here we are. Okay. Now, if I stand here, I can read. That is a Shannon question, Plastic Ninja. I do not remember. You know what, though? I have to go tripod cam because tripod cam is way over here. I wasn't very well set up. I know that that shocks you all because of how prepared I normally am. And now, picture in picture is where we want it to be. There we go. Aha, Rue is up here. Well, that's good because driving would have been very treacherous. All right. And now, this is, all right, so this is no longer a one-man operation. This is not, this is not the easiest thing for me to do with one person in the shop anymore. But that's okay. I'm over. Where did I come over here for? Ah, cleaner. That's what it was. All right. And by cleaner, I mean naphtha. Naphtha. Wait. Pip. Naphtha. That's what I mean. Naphtha. Okay. Hello, Danny Flannery. We're going to clean up Mummy first. And you see how he has kind of a shine on him? He's got a shine on him. I need to that's a sealer. And I have to kind of get that sealer off in order for my repaint to be better. We're gonna have crazy hood hair because now I've got it warm enough in here. I can put my hood down. Okay. What brand of water-based clay do I use? So the water-based clay that I use is normally I use white modeling clay, but they're all pretty much the same. You want a low cone, high non-firing clay. White modeling clay is one. There's Dillo Red. There's all kinds of stuff that you could use. White stoneware is fine. There's a bunch. EM238 is another common name and type. So there you go. Naphtha is common and it is terrible for you. So this is a cool mask. This is a mummy mask. I don't like it because it looks wet. And I'm going to repaint him so he has a drier feel. I like my mummies to do a certain way. When you want something to look wet, you use an antiquing process. And that's what they did. But on the creature from the Black Lagoon, they used a dry brushing process. And that's what you do when you want something to look dry. So the mummy has this like natural wet look because the antique is applied very wet. So there you go. You know what? A Godzilla horn on your excavator sounds like too much fun. I'm also going to add some actual bandages. You know what? I do appreciate Cat Swift. I appreciate people answering questions. It's very helpful. At some point, though, I feel like we're going to have a camera person, a comment reader person, and they're two different people. Yeah. And maybe even a switcher, who's like the show producer, who switches the cameras, and then a person who is a person who switches the cameras, and then a person who actually moves the camera, so when they switch to that camera, it's already a well-framed shot. A lot of times you guys have to see me pick up a tripod and run it around, but I feel that they reverse the appropriate finishes. But that doesn't mean that they feel that way. Realms, I'm not selling these masks. I got these because I'm still mad at myself that I did not buy the 1995 reissue of the Don Post Universal Monster masks. I didn't buy those. And I should have. I'm kicking myself in the butt because I did not. So, what I'm really doing is I have bought the Trick or Treat releases now. So I have a nice collection of Universal Studios masks. And I may, when I get them painted the way that I want, I will probably, when I get them painted the way that I want, I will probably display them in the shop here somewhere. I have a spot in mind, but I have to move a door first. You know, like you do. All right, have some naphtha on a rag. This shop rag has been used before, obviously. But the naphtha should pretty much eat through this sealer. I'm just going to do his left side for now. Well, Frankie's going to get fixed or redone, and then I'll move him to the Monster Museum. I've got to make him appropriate for the Renaissance time period. Hello, Horror Beauty. Horror Beauty, I saw that you got on last night right as I was leaving. I almost said right as I was getting off, but that would not have been appropriate. Right as I was leaving, I saw that you were getting on. Sorry, I missed you. Thursday is my day off, but I did wanted to get that knocked out. Now, so you can see there's a lot less shine on this side than there is on this side. And that's because the naphtha has taken off that sealer. And I just kicked the tripod camera. Hey, somebody shared a link to that mask. I was not wrong. It did look like a sack. In warm weather, not the weather we have here today in Texas. Yeah, since I was only live for like 2 hours on my day off, that's pretty good. I did some shop work and computer work is that takes a lot of time. Answering comments and stuff, that actually takes a while. And I'm always a little behind. I'm trying to keep it warm in the shop, Digital Nucleus. It's a challenge. The shop is not insulated for this kind of weather, so I've got my big 220 heater running pretty much nonstop to keep it about 45 degrees in here. Let's move him. I have to run and grab my other head form. I'll be right back. Y'all are fine. Ozbot. Hey, there you go. You got me. You got me. And I got you, little buddy. Okay. Yeah, tonight is all about repaints. I'm repainting these masks from the paints that Trick or Treat. Some people call it rehauling them, but I'm just repainting the mask. Now this one I don't see anywhere near the amount of sealer on like I saw in the Mummy. So he actually looks pretty dry. He doesn't look wet like, I don't know, like I think the creature from the Black Lagoon should. But if there's a sealer on here, I want to get that off. We are actually scheduled to get like 6 to 8 inches of snow on Monday. That's going to be nuts. And, you know, you guys, some of you guys laugh. Texas isn't prepared for that. We don't have the road trucks for it. We don't have enough sand trucks or salt trucks. We don't have plows. We just don't have any. So we're not prepared for that. That's going to really shut us down for a bit. These are the ones from Trick or Treat Studios. I have the whole set from Trick or Treat, so pretty happy about them. I don't think they sent me Frankenstein yet. He's the only one that they've produced that I haven't gotten. If you are in California, you cannot get naphtha. And no, there's nothing I can recommend to you. Just odorless mineral spirits would probably do this job. Paul Bennett, you will not get a true red wildfire. The best color that is red in UV is by Dayglow. It is called Signal Red. It's a much deeper paint. You can add a little bit of purple to the red you have, and that will deepen it, but it's still going to read a little bit orange. Okay, I have to go scroll up a little bit. Adam Jess, I'm very glad that you enjoyed that video. Tank, is mineral spirits and paint thinner the same thing? I didn't know that they were exactly the same thing. Because I see paint thinner on the shelf right next to odorless mineral spirits consistently. Doesn't mean that one of us is right or wrong. So I'm going to go back to the Mummy right now. I forgot that Horror Beauty has a penchant for mummies. I remember when I made the one, you liked it. When I lived in Maryland, my driveway was a big hill. And yes, you could start backing up and end up in the road from just sliding on out. Bum 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 bum. It's in my head now. Got problems. It's in your head. Mummies don't get enough love because they've done mummies incorrectly for a while. And sadly, part of that was the fault of Monster Squad, who had a seriously underpowered mummy. I'm going to hit this guy with some brown first, and we're just going to sort of base him out in brown. Awesome, Trav's Gardens. That's awesome. I'm going in deep with this. I want him to read as drier. I want him to be a drier looking paint. And I will add some actual bandages to him too. I might not do that tonight because of time. We'll see. I liked the guards. I don't like that the mummy always turns back into a person. I kind of prefer my mummies to be hulking monsters like Christopher Lee. I think he did a great mummy in the Hammer films. You're going to have a little art doll village, Angie, if you keep getting monster art dolls. Dutch Scully, what are you saying when you're saying "and the zombies from The Walking Dead"? Oh, the Mummy ride at Universal is great. I agree. It's a good roller coaster. The whole ceiling catches on fire. It's really nice. Fire, fire. Yeah, I wish I had some of that room's heat right now. So this mask isn't cut at all for an actor's mouth. There's no cut there at all. Your only breathing is through the nose. So this mask would need some modification to wear in a haunt. Faux shizzle. Horror Beauty, what was the cause of death? Do you know? Well, it depends on what you fall on. 4 feet can be way too much. I worked at a haunted house that lost $1 million lawsuit because they had a platform that people would stand on, and then it would drop 4 inches. It would drop 4 inches while they were on it, and it tweaked someone's back enough where he had to go to the chiropractor. Can you guys see the smoke coming off of this? It's not that it's so, you know what I mean? It's not that anything's on fire. It's just that this is warmer than the air. So, Graffy, I have a question for you, sir. Do you have other UK makers that you meet up with or talk to or anything like that? Like, do you have a local chapter for makers? Just curious. This is Boris Karloff. Well, this is the Boris Karloff mummy from Trick or Treat Studios. That's what this mask is. I kind of agree, Body Geeks. Yeah, I mean, it's just not as shiny. It's got a new base on it, and I'm going to start bringing it up now. I kind of want a parchment color, but I'm going to start by taking my. I got you, Graffy. I'm going to start by taking my brown, and I'm going to add a little bit of my flesh tone to brown. So I just did straight brown. Hello, Kyle family. Michael and Lindsay Kyle. Since the whole family said hello to me, I'm going to give you guys a fist bump. Boom, with a Beast Man fist bump. And you got a twofer, because on picture-in-picture it shows up twice. Yes, this is the Trick or Treat Studios mummy. And now I'm mixing up flesh and brown. I'm going to do a dry brush of flesh and brown. Well, that's very, very kind of you, Graffy. Jokes and sarcasm tend to not play as well over the internet, Tank. Okay, so this is just like one color value up from that brown. We're going to bring it back up slow. Because this is brown mixed with flesh. About 50-50. You know what? I know a lot of folks who actually met their SO online, and they did okay. I mean, it doesn't always, but I don't think the internet lends itself to honesty. So just so you guys know, um, I'm just a little quiet. I don't know. I'm just not as chatty, I guess, right now. So the shop is kind of quiet. Doesn't mean we lost audio. The chainmail looked great. Was that from a mold, Graffy? Cheney just popped his head into the shop and then left. I think I set the naphtha rag down a little too close to the door. But I lay it out on the concrete so that it'll dry out and absorb into the concrete. Hello, Ken Leshy Zarish. A namaste to you too. And I now have two colors on here. I'm going to go ahead and add another color. Actually, I'm going to add more flesh to this. Same color scheme, but I'm adding more of the goblin flesh to it. A lot better than the bums they had before. Spoken like a mom. Come on now, body geeks. It can't be that hard. Every time I log into my email, it tells me that single ladies are looking for me. So surely there are single ladies in your area looking for you too. Okay, and this is that flesh and brown mixed together. It's a good parchmenty color. And I'm still hitting this everywhere. But now I'm going to have 3 layers of color. Yeah, so Facebook for a long time was sending me friend requests from, they were bots, and it ran through this whole thing where it sent me, you know, pretty girls in their 20s, and like they want to be your friend, and they don't exist. And then it went to like, well, here's women in their 50s. Let's see how he responds to that. And then it was I had a rash of like the bots was like, well, let's see if he's gay, and they sent gay bots, and then yeah, it kind of ran the whole gambit. It had a phase where there was, let's see if he likes Asian girls, and like the bots for a month would be a type, and Of course, I did not friend any of them because there's no value there. But yeah, it was very interesting to see Facebook try and figure me out. I, okay, so in my opinion, but no one asked my opinion. If you're looking for dating someone, I think it's do interesting things. Go out and do interesting things, and then you're someone who does interesting things. You're going to meet interesting people. Because wouldn't it be terrible to meet someone online who did not like interesting things? I think I would rather, and right now is a bad time because of COVID and whatnot, so no one's doing anything. Um, but yeah. Also, if you don't feel awesome about yourself, and I don't know anybody's situation, this is not just, this is anybody. If you don't feel awesome about yourself, maybe it's not time to get an SO. It takes two complete people to make a couple. So maybe you have to work on yourself a little bit before you are going to be able to find someone who is permanent. I'm going to add cloth on this. Yes. Do girls get ads for like European dudes like American women? Like do girls get ads like that? Because guys get ads for everything. Everything. Shell, that is awesome. I'm glad you purchased some blancos. Need a Russian man to hold you at night. Well, maybe you do. So I know that the algorithm has its suspicions about me. For a while, I was researching. I thought that the best way to make werewolves was to put muscles on top of a mesh shirt, and apparently straight men don't buy mesh shirts. So that really adjusted the algorithm for me when I was looking for mesh shirts, and I ordered a bunch in different sizes for the haunt because they're breathable, but I can attach muscle and hair to it. Now I've added yellow. And now I'm getting that parchmenty color that I really wanted. Yeah, it's my mission to keep my algorithm confused. They're widowed and doing secret missions. That's awesome. Body geeks, I have no doubt. I mean, that's just simple geocaching. They and you'll geofencing. You'll learn more about that as you start doing marketing stuff for sure. A body farm ad, that's awesome. All right, so now I'm kind of racing to get this done because I'm running out of this color and I didn't mix enough. When you're dry brushing, you got to make sure you mix enough. But I can mix this up again. All right, so now I'm going to mix this up again. I'm going to add a little bit more to it. Let's see. Let's do flesh tone and yellow. We'll mix that together first. And each one of these I need less and less because of, you know, dry brushing, you're going to dry brush less and less each time. And you know what? I was going to add brown to this. I don't think I am. And you know what? I don't think being friends first is great, but it's the act of remaining friends. That's the hard part. Remaining friends and keeping that relationship and the conversations and the dialogue alive after you've reached the comfortable relationship stage. I think that's important. And remember to, you know, there's a magic about meeting someone and flirting that even once you're together, keep flirting, you know, keep doing that. Okay. Ken, this is not my mask. This is Trick or Treat. I'm repainting it. So I'm repainting Trick or Treat's mummy tonight and Trick or Treat's creature from the Black Lagoon. Both of those are getting a repaint from me tonight. I'm just painting this one because I haven't done a repaint in a while, and I'm showcasing a lot of different painting techniques and stuff during these 10 colorful nights. So what I didn't do was I didn't get any good pictures of this before I painted it. I should do it before and after, shouldn't I? Well, right now I've been getting on Facebook, I've been getting ads for different gamer streamers because I'm looking up so much video and streaming production stuff. So I'm getting a lot of ads for that. And now you can see I've got the brown base on there and I built up many, many colors. But now I'm getting into this yellowy, parchmenty, and I want to bring it a little more back to sand with the next one. So I'm actually going to add some white to this. And I'm adding white because adding white is actually going to make this go a little bit gray. John C., yes, I'm going to hang on to these. I bought all of the ones from Trick or Treat because I'm kicking myself for not buying the 1995 Don Post reissues of the Universal Monsters. So I've mixed up this color. It is really, really the color that I want, but I have to be careful. Tank, the friend zone is a myth. If you would like my thoughts on the matter, I can share them with you. But this is not, and you like people tips. But the friend zone is a myth. The friend zone technically does not exist. Right now, I have all of them but Frankenstein, and I hope to get Frankenstein soon. I think I've had the Monster Museum for just over 10 years. I'm not sure. Shannon would know. You know what? No, I've had it since 04. 2004 was the first year for the Monster Museum. Maybe it was 2005, but one of those. And now I'm dry brushing here. I'm not quite scrubbing like I was the other night. I have enough paint on, if I just run it over top, it's going to come off and dry brush. I feel pretty good about this. Daniel, I normally have a method. I did not sculpt this, but I normally have a plan. Yeah, it has to be something that is a captive audience, you know? Hi, wife. I didn't know if I was going to have you or not.
Thanks.
Good. I'm moving you closer to the microphone. Step up to the microphone, wife. I got a backup mic right here.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah. Shannon did not bring Jones.
Jones is eating.
No, I actually wanted to go to.
His lordship is having dinner.
Go to Tripod.
You'll notice that's who the real star of too.
Yeah, that's what they care about.
What you doing with him?
I'm repainting the Creature in the Black Lagoon and the Mummy tonight.
Oh, fun.
So right now the camera's on you.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull off my sweatshirt, and I don't want them to get my OnlyFans show for free. This show is reserved for wife only.
Oh. It's my private show.
I was about to get an eyeful. Luckily, we're out on that camera right now.
Smallwood, hello. Glad you guys are enjoying the series. We have, what is this, 8? 2 more nights to go. And then we'll have some other project that comes out of the blue. Who knows? All right, Jones is here. Come on, come here. You want to see your fans? Come on, buddy. Jones is here. Very Sasquatch PDF. Hi, Jonesy. Here we go. So, yeah. We'll be taking a break Monday. That is highly possible. We're also, we'll see what's going to happen here. It's highly possible. Here's everybody's favorite ginger cat, Jonesy. We have no alien sightings today. We are xenomorph free, which means that he's doing his job. Splendid animal.
You did bring Joe.
No one brings the Joe. All my cat food brings the Jonesies to the yard.
Yeah.
But right, Demon, we may be taking a break on Monday just because we may lose power. So we're going to see what this weather's going to do.
Yeah.
Everyone's very excited about Jones. 105 people are watching.
Can you find a home for this, dear wife?
Jennifer Pugh. There's your boyfriend, Jennifer.
Pew, pew, pew. You can hit the Jonesy button if you wanted to.
Oh, that's right. The Jonesy button. There you go.
And hit switch to tripod. No, phone.
Oh.
See, there's Jonesy. You can see his buttocks, which is how he interacts with the world.
Okay. Hey, Stacy. Hope your melon is better.
All right, there, love.
Cobweb says, "Where are you hiding the horsemen at? Are you laughing at our Texans having apocalyptic fears about the snow?" I wonder if that's what that reference was to, because I certainly am laughing at my fellow Texans. I am a born and bred Texan, and I love the snow. So if that's what that's a reference to, well played. If it's not, still funny. Realm says, I have a question I need answered. How is all of the stores have the latex so cheap? That's the best I can do, Realms.
What's the question?
I'm not sure. How is all of the stores have their latex masks so cheap? Realms.
Oh, because they buy. So what happens is they don't buy their latex by a 5-gallon bucket. They buy it by the drum, by a 55-gallon drum, and then of course you get a better price. And they buy a lot of it. And also commercial masks are thinner, so they're not using near as much latex. So they have methods and procedures that they make it cheaper. Factories. Sometimes the answer is China.
Connie Pierce, the pups brought in their first stick today. Very exciting.
I love sticks.
Oh, we love those sticks. Let's buy lots of puppy toys and then they'll bring in a stick.
Sticks are awesome.
Sticks are awesome. Okay, 109 people are watching.
109 people.
Hey, I'm going to hit thumbs up because I love this show.
Oh, are you thumbs upping us?
Yeah, it's my favorite show.
Why? What camera are you on? What are you even doing?
Hey, is Ozbot working?
Ozbot's working-ish. Yes.
Oh, let's go to Ozbot.
Yeah, Ozbot is working-ish.
I didn't even. What is ish?
Well, you know, Ozbot as of the last couple days.
Has he crapped out on you?
He's
Tonight?
he craps in and out.
Gene Sanford said, I like that, Mummy. Sons of Wayne, do they have people painting those masks, or are they automated procedure for doing that?
Oh, it's people for sure, but it's assembly line most of the time. It's assembly line. Go ahead and do Pip, honey.
Okay.
You go ahead and look at Ghoulish Productions online. Ghoulish Productions, on YouTube, I mean. Ghoulish Productions, they have some good videos of their like factory setup. So it's all people, and one guy's doing the base spray, and then it runs down a conveyor. You know, so they'll set up and they'll do all the masks that use these colors, and then they'll do the next run of masks. Yeah.
Lisa says, let's get to 1,000. Send in the clowns. Oh my God. Bobadazzo. A while back, I bought this plant shelf, a cheap one, from China. A baby shovel and one single white glove that would only fit a 5-year-old. Ken Smaller wants to know Scooby-Doo villains. Scooby-Doo villains?
I did not buy the Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo villains. They're nice pieces, but I'm not a huge Scooby-Doo fan. I never was.
Tina Kusiak is excited about Creature Time and Jonesy merchandise.
I was very upset with Scooby-Doo back in the day because every monster was fake, and that's a good way to PO a young Alan Hobbs.
Still a young Alan.
I'm desperately finishing my water so I can put soda in it.
Look at you. Pretty proud. I finished my work.
Ken, I don't know if I have all of the words you wanted to give me.
Here, since I bought every one of them. Have you decided to repaint the monsters?
Yes, I decided to repaint them. Well, not all of them. If the paint jobs are really good, then I'm going to leave it. But they are factory paint jobs, so I also think that not that I can do a better job, but I paint in a way that I like. And the mummy was antiqued, and it looked wet, and it was glossed. And mummy should look dry. The gill man has been dry brushed, and that's a technique you use when you want something to look dry. He should be antiqued, not the mummy. So he is going to end up looking wet, and the mummy will end up looking dry. So there you go. I almost poured Coke Zero in my paint mix from yesterday.
You are awesome. Queer Pass is laughing, says ice cold Coke Zero for hot temperatures in Texas.
There's a lot to be said for regulating your body temperature on the inside with what's happening on the outside.
Gene Sanford says you're tightening them up. And Ken Smallwood says your take on Scooby-Doo villains as real monsters would be sick. Big Ink Studio says, since you didn't take a before mummy picture, I went back on the video and took a couple of nice screenshots and I sent them to you.
Big Ink, that's so awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Gene says, Gilman always rocks. Gilman is a favorite. Coke Zero sponsor. Better?
Mm-hmm. Delicious. All right, now I'm just looking at him and I'm figuring out exactly what is happening with him.
That's what says. That's why we drink hot tea in the summer.
Yeah.
Thanks. Says I've seen some people paint things with Coke Zero.
Alexa, turn on the air compressor. It's me. It was me. I did it. I painted things with Coke Zero.
Hot Web says big Russian men will hold you tight and keep you warm. Kim
Yeah.
says the back is very cool on the lagoon mask. But the costume quality, I didn't know it was like that.
You know what? It actually matches up very well with my creature back that I made. So with my creature hands, I mean, I could make a full creature suit at this point with if I just swap out that mask. I have all the other molds.
Are you in the candy?
No.
Yeah, that. What? Look at you.
Okay.
It says that's wild how the mask is split in the back.
You know what? That bothered Stacy to no end. How they split those. But they do that. They do it that way because they do it that way because they don't want to cut right down the spine, so you cut off to one side.
I don't know why, but I still hate it.
Yes, yeah. She understands that it has to be split not down the middle of the spine, but she hates that it's split this way.
Couldn't you just spray it with bright props wet?
They also dry brush gold onto it. And I don't understand that. Like, I don't like gold on here. Why for gold you are? Why for Goldio? Why for? I don't understand that. I like my sea monsters green because this is America.
Every good workshop needs a candy stash. I do keep treats in the shop for the crew. So, there's plenty of them, little pockets of treats in here.
Go to Ozbot, honey. I'm gonna mix up some green paint.
Gene Sanford says gold, right?
I don't. Yeah, there's gold on it. Why is there gold on it? Why is it a gold lagoon? I don't understand.
Cobweb says because gold is for gangsters.
It angers me a little bit.
Hello, little girl.
A little bit of red in there to richen. Richen, is that a word? To enrich. Enrich my green.
It's golden underwater shimmer.
Not a good one.
Harvey says I don't get why they painted gold.
No, I don't understand either. It's very not good.
Bodygate said it's like the gold on your fishing lures. It attracts all the fishies.
But
Harvey says maybe go with your mesh tops.
he was he wasn't gold in the black and white movie. Dang it!
My subtitle read Dookie Crew. Okay, that could work.
Gotta put a little bit of water in this.
2 cats and 3 dogs in the shop tonight. Hi, guys. Hello. See you. Or he says, don't drink that, Alan.
No, I debated it for a second.
Jennifer Q, the black cat you see is Jenkins. That's our little girl who ran through traffic and almost was squashed when she was a sick, feral, 5-week-old kitten. And Alan still does not believe that.
It's not what happened.
That she.
Wife got her on sale from a pet store.
Still doesn't believe the story. I truly, that's what happened. I was just on my way back from the grocery store, and this happened, and he still doesn't believe that I came home with a kitten, but I came home with a sick, feral, mean as hell kitten.
That's why I say the kitten was on sale.
Which I would have never picked. So that's Jenkins. She's our youngest cat. She's a sweetheart, though. She's a little boneless lover. She just sinks when you pick her up.
What about an Elton John song, Boneless Lover?
Boneless lover. Like a boneless chicken.
Deepening the green a little bit. Acrylic.
Oh, she's playful. Alan talks trash about her, but he's her favorite.
That cat is no kin. That cat's no kin to me.
Loves to get on him and snuggle.
Okay, wife. Let's go, Pip.
Ken says they use near-distance ink to make your beard look wet.
Yeah, I might hit this with some pearl. I'm debating on that. We'll see as we go.
Stacy said we should record the whole music in the shop, Alan. You have a good mic. Realm says, I've seen your green pirate next to the Scooby-Doo van, and I thought it was made by the same people, and then I found out it was yours, and I'm like, oh my god, that's the cool costume. Costume from Transform.
It's a me. Yes, I make that.
Body Geek says the North Texas Jeep Club is giving emergency responders free rides if you want to go four-wheeling in this mess. I have a four-wheeler. I'll do my own. Thanks. I don't trust those first responders. Bubba Dobbin, she is a year and a half old now. And she is a very, very fun, very sweet, rotten little kitten. We love her. She was very sick when we got her, and she was feral for about 4 whole days. And then she decided this place was awesome and decided to stay.
And snacks are great.
And, yeah, Alan says she's Rubenesque. She's discovered food.
She's a little tub thumper. She's heavy.
Ooh, pops on the tube. My kid found an 11-week-old Newfoundland in a park. Oh, my gosh. Newfies are great dogs. Baba Dog says, I love how cats are like that. I had a cat who literally hated me for 2 years and then became the sweetest, my little buddy. She was feral for 4 whole days. And then the love affair was on. Oh, thank you. I was on top tab. Let me get to live chat. Stacy says I sewed the green ghost even though I didn't work it at your booth that year.
That's right, you did.
Cobweb says they could have used yellow at least. And Jean says that shade of green already looks days better.
It does look better, right?
Realm says, what is the spider-looking thing above that shelf above the wall?
That shelf. Killing me, Realms. You're killing me.
Spider thing. Body Geek says it's a gargoyle.
It's a gargoyle. Distortion's gargoyle.
It has been here. What is this? Babadaza, she was a wild, sick little thing. And so tiny. And I figured we'd get her healthy and spayed and go to God.
but she had other plans. She's still here, kind of like all of our fosters. The whole foster bit.
Fail.
Yeah, fail. Still here. Tuxedo, 11 years ago. We'll foster him. He's still here. We have yet to foster an animal and not keep it. You guys hear me over the weekend? Might have to hear this.
You just bought yourself one, sir.
Oh my God, Brian.
Honey, can we keep him if he brings the excavator?
No.
Kill yourself.
Okay, very quickly, Baba Daga and those interested. She ran through an intersection, and the fact, it's like Frogger, the fact that she wasn't squashed is a miracle. And then she ran up into the undercarriage of my car. I was stopped at the intersection, and she ran up into my car. And Alan does not believe this. I swear to God it happened. Two guys got out and helped me try to catch her. She bit my hand, and it got so infected. And I got her in the car, in a box. She jumped out of the box, and now she was...
Bottle of paint.
She was...
Yeah, just that green brought it up quite a bit. I mean, I'm not going to leave it here, but if I left it here, I'd be happier than when I got it.
Anyway. She was, we got her out of the car. I came home, and Alan was like, "You got to help me. There's a kitten in my car." And it took 3 hours because she went up under the dashboard and wedged herself up there to hide. And it took about 3 hours for Alan to get her out of the car. She bit him too. He wrenched his back in the process. And we got her out and got her healthy, and she is still here. This is my life. So I didn't catch her. She jumped in my car. Take that son. What do you use for color mixing? Do you use house latex base?
Yes, I use latex house paint, 1/3 casting latex, 1/3 latex house paint, and then 1/3 distilled water.
I think it's a shame to know about the excavator. Catchment said, "We had a mean, evil, spiteful cat that hated everything until I got real sick. And he slept on my pillow and would cuddle me and became my protector." Oh.
That's awesome.
Riot Demon said Shannon's voice gets distorted by the e-gun, but Alan says it. Maybe the settings will tweak to let her higher voice come through.
I did that on purpose. This ain't her show.
Gee.
She gonna have to learn today.
My 20-year-old heat gun metal died. Harbor Freight ones are good.
They're great. I love them. $10, man.
Hello, the King. Good to have you.
It's the king. Do what you want to do.
Michelle says, with my cat Pandora, I got a call from a woman who said she was the runt of the litter, and if I didn't take her, then the woman's brother was going to get rid of her. So of course I got her.
Odd button.
Yeah, she's a little miracle kitten. I did end up taking her to the emergency vet that night because she was so sick. And they gave me the medicine to start getting her well. She was incredibly tiny. And then when she started getting better, the love affair was on. Now she runs this place.
Who runs the world? James.
Funny Geek said, I had a feral kitten story, but it's not YouTube safe. I'll have to tell it when y'all are in person again. One of the funniest things you've ever heard. Gene Salmon said, my twinkler was a runt. She was a great friend. Ray Hawkins, hello.
Hello, Gray Hawkins. What camera are we on?
You're on Osborne.
Gray, hello. There you go.
The king said that you're wearing red for Valentine's.
I'm wearing red. It's one of my few long sleeve shirts. Not enough haunted houses make long sleeve shirts and give me one. So that's a hint for anybody out there.
Gene Sanford says that Gill man looks so much better.
If you're wondering what to get me for Valentine's Day, it's long sleeve haunt shirts.
Jeff Poole says, when I first got married 30 plus years ago, I got a cat for my wife. She was found in a trash pile and very emaciated. They named her Toothpick, but she was nothing but skin and
Let's go to Pip, honey.
Cat says, my daughter's dog has been kept in a cage for 3 years because she was a runt and ugly. This beautiful dog has been such a joyful addition to him. Ailton, I hope I said that right. I understand the 1/3 for the mask paint. How is the mask paint pigmented? By the latex paint? By
Yes.
latex paints?
Yeah, the latex house paint is the color you want your paint to be. That is 100% where the color comes from. You're right.
Gene Sanford says, Alan, it's 28 over here.
I think we are cooler than you. It's been like 25 today. That's it.
Realm said, I have a question. Are y'all going to put the Realms? Try again.
What does it say?
No. Realms, try again.
Once more with feeling,
Not
Realms.
being rude, Realms. Just spell so I know what you're saying.
My wife already works really hard. Don't make her work harder.
I don't want to have to try and figure it out, and I very much want to get you an answer, buddy. So just take a second, spell it slowly and correctly, and I will get you an answer. Meet me halfway.
Even close. Correct is a strong word.
Meet me halfway. Match my energy.
Now, that red in those gills is barely showing up for y'all, but boy, it pops, but it's in the back.
Body Geek, stop. Don't. I want Realms to do this. Stop interpreting for him.
He's got this.
He's going to get it. He wants to be in this business. He's going to learn this. I love this kid. He will do this. Do not interpret for him. The red shows up fine. It's -4 in Iowa, 18 degrees where Jet Full works. The King says, Alan, if you come to mine, I'll give you a limited edition, the King merch.
Hooray. And I'm painting these bright red because that's what color they are on fish.
That's what it says. My daughter now works for the ASPCA. It's organizing a pet food supplies drive for the LA area. Super Mom Pride. That is awesome. Gene Sanford is -4 where he is.
Woo!
He says, I've had to get the latex off the floor. Cold as hell. And good for liquid rubber. The red pops perfectly with the gills. Michael and Lindsay Kyle. Hey, guys. It's 0 in Colorado.
Wow.
Puppet Master. Look at my stuff. Isn't it neat?
Yeah.
Miss you, buddy. Love you. Oh, Puppet Master. The stories we could tell.
Puppet Master was one of my haunt partners on the Trail of Terror haunted house that I talk about quite a bit. That was very much a little haunt of love.
Brad UK says the red looks great with the green. It really pops.
Well, and
Laura Beauty says, wow, the back.
this is what color inside of a fish's gill. It's a bright red or a bright pink. So.
Oh gosh, so don't believe a word he says about me. So much we can tell. The King, it was a beautiful show. We called it the little haunt that could.
It was a lot of fun.
It was a beautiful, very, very special show.
Now, normally,
Okay, here we go.
Gilman's lips, they were bright red.
There you go.
I don't want to do that. I'm not doing it. I can't. I don't like the bright red. And I know that it was that way for the actual paint job. I'm going to go with a light green on his lips. We'll see how that looks.
Okay, here's what Realms was saying.
Okay.
Are y'all going to put the moving jaw werewolf mask on the website? Just wondering.
It is on the website.
It's on the website, Realms.
It's already on there.
I'm going to find it for you and give you a link.
Been on there for a while, but
Because I love you, kid.
is the blank on there? He might be asking about the blank
I asked about the book,
and not saying the words the blank.
but I would put the link on there for you. Because you met me halfway. Oh, make that happen. Unless that dastardly Scott Colehart leads me. Scott Colehart is not dastardly.
He's pretty
He's
undastardly.
pretty undastardly.
Yeah.
All right, Realms, this is for you, my darling.
When Scott Colehart graduated high school,
Okay,
he was voted least dastardly.
he is asking about the blank. We do not have a blank.
The blank will not be inexpensive if we put it on there. Simply because it's two masks. There's a chin mask and a and the face part. So, and also it requires a lot of work because it also has, you have to EVA foam make the ears and stuff on it. So there's a lot more work to do on that than normal. Be prepared for that if you want a blank. And I probably would not add it to the website. I would just give you a price and I'd send you an invoice. I think that is better. They're light green. It's a more subtle lip color. That's better. And part of me wants to dry brush this like they did because I want to pull out all this raised detail. Nay, I need to airbrush it.
Forrest Beauty says, were the lips originally red? I thought they were.
They were red. They were pretty bright red.
I hoped it. Oh, okay, no, guys, I did not know that was you. I thought, you know what, Andy, I was looking at that name. I think that sounds like our friend from up north who did Crumpets. He says, if anyone hasn't had the chance to do a workshop with Alan, do it. Crumpets workshop last year was amazing, informational, full of great food and great people. We had fun with you guys, man.
It's always hard to tell who someone is from their YouTube name.
Yeah. Now I know who you are, and you know what was fun is you guys drove all the way down from Iowa. Am I right?
No.
Idaho?
Hold on. Iowa.
I said Iowa.
Yeah, Iowa.
Iowa. Okay. And class was over, and Al Driver was working on the war piggin and was having a hard time getting the molds to open. And the guy stayed and ended up staying for hours well after class. And I came back to the shop saying, what's going on? Why are we still in here? And I saw that there was a huge challenge with this mold. And I started dragging out German food and beer because y'all were going to
Brought
be
out food round 2.
because you guys were going to be here for a while. You guys those damn teeth. But seriously, yeah, Slaughterhouse in Des Moines. That was a very fun night. Ended up going for hours after class, and you guys were so helpful. But what a fun night! I had no idea you were still working, and then came out here, and y'all are all trying to help Al with this mold, and y'all were getting hungry again. So yeah, that's what I do. I brought beer.
Now I've got Jenkins.
Yeah, my girl. Is she on? Camera?
It's on the camera.
Right? You're the girl.
I was looking for a set of glasses.
That was an amazing night. It was, you know what? That was fun. That was fun. Okay, Realms. Okay, thanks, because I thought they might be easy to make an animated werewolf props. So just wondering about how much they would be.
You're looking in the $100 range. Well, if I have to run to the house real quick and grab a pair of glasses.
Okay.
So put it here. I'll put the phone camera on you. You're on phone cam.
Damn.
Now you have Jenkins and you in the same camera.
She
Remember?
on?
Yeah.
There she is, my girl.
You got to tell a story. Maybe hit story time,
Story time.
which should not be as loud this time.
Story time.
Okay.
Jeff Bull says every monster should have at least one black cat. That work?
You're delayed, so your image is later. So yes, it works.
Okay, great. There it goes. She is a pretty girl.
Did you hit phone cam, honey?
I did.
Now you.
Okay. So, as you see in the foreground, for those who want to go to the story of Jenkins, I will tell you that though he talks trash about her, in the mornings when the alarms go off, she sleeps in the bed with us. And in the morning when the alarm goes off, first thing
Hey,
she
honey.
does, yeah.
I don't think we're live anymore.
What do you mean? Did we lose it? Story time. No, we're on. I'm still going. You guys there?
Potato. Someone type potato.
Sanford sees me. We're live. They've got us. So anyway, when the alarm goes off in the mornings, she goes and gets in his arms and snuggles in his chest. He don't want me to tell you that, but she does, and he loves her. So I might talk trash about her, but she's actually good. Yes. So again, the story about the Krampus lab. One of the reasons why that was like a really special night. First of all, it was the first time we ever did a Krampus lab, so we had no idea what to expect. And Andy and his partner came down. I mean, they drove all the way down here, so I'm always impressed when people will make the trip to learn something and want it to be worth their time. It was just going to be a day. I mean, the lab's not the monster camp. This wasn't a camp. This was a lab. And the difference is the lab is a day. So it was a 9 to 5 class. And because it was Krampus, we did a big German food spread and everything. And our friend Al Driver, who made the War Piggin, had come down from North Carolina. And he came to work. And this, what should have been a class that ended at 5, I think. How late did y'all go that night on Krampus? About 10 o'clock?
It was late. I don't know.
It was late, and but they still wanted to play, and they were still enjoying hanging out and working. So I don't know, when you have like-minded people who want to be together and learn together, and I mean, it was such a good night. So we had a lot of fun. Alan has glasses, so let's get back to it.
I'll spot for a moment.
Got it. I think all fonts need a black kitty too. She is a very pretty little cat. Connie was there. That's right. That's Connie and
the Lockhart Monster Fab. That was the first class you guys took, and then you came to Monster Camp in January. Alan is a softie. Very
I have
much
no
so.
idea how we're still live because I can't find the YouTube window on my computer,
No,
which is why I need a couple more monitors.
She's still here, Jennifer. She's she probably, we have all these little cat doors so the cats can.
She's
move
right behind you.
about. She's here.
Okay, and go to Pip, honey.
Realms, those puppies are so beautiful. They are absolutely precious.
You pups are beautiful
They are adorable.
to me.
I love them. You post pictures of puppies, everything stops for me.
Yes.
The master says you are still live. Follow cam is working.
Interesting.
Puppet Master, I don't know how much you have been able to tune in, but we are really trying to upgrade our video experience here. Alan's been working to learn,
Streaming ins and outs.
yeah, the challenges of this, as I like to call it, the unsexy work, but the necessary work to try and start doing some virtual classes to be able to give a better product. So, yeah, picture in picture now. And so he's been working really hard to get this up and running. So
Osbottas, would you?
Osbot. The idea being that he has gotten better. Thank you, the King. Puppet says the tech upgrades are really great. The idea being that in the future we can sell paint and a blank, and we can have a virtual painting class.
Either recorded class or live classes. We'll probably do both.
Yeah. So that would be a lot. I mean, I think even if we learn to manage the pandemic in the future,
Your
I
faith manages the
I
pandemic.
still think it's going to be a great way for people who can't make the drive. We can still do a virtual painting class. So that's the hope. Realm says, thanks. I will be putting more pictures up of the puppies. Oh, they're so adorable. I'm all for puppy pictures, buddy. Yeah, we would like to be able to do virtual classes. I think people would like that. Puppet Master says, only the closed caption is really lagging at the moment. Typical autocorrect issues.
Is closed caption lagging? On my screen, it looks right on. So that's interesting. You know what? There's a little bit of an issue with it because I can fix that. I didn't check all of my. Unfortunately, I have to reposition the windows for closed captioning every time. So what I can do, I'm just going to do this.
Body Geek says, Alan Lowe's is resetting their spray paint area. I got $140 off spray paint today at 50 cents a can. Might see if yours is doing that as well. Thank you, Body Geeks.
So, honey, hold on a second. Guys, I'm going to do something real quick, and you're going to go to a black screen. It's while I'm fixing something. Back to Osbot. See that top being cut off? That I know that's super annoying, so we don't need that. But I didn't know.
Everybody's saying potato. Brother Brian said panic. Body Geek said jump scare.
No one panic. Nobody panic.
Okay, hey, Tutwork Studio. Tutwork Studio.
Knocks on a moon.
Tutwork says, what class?
Pip. Okay. What does
What
Tutworks say?
class Zoom kind of thing, so we see each other. Yeah, Tutworks, that's the idea. That we are able to do a class in which we can like a Zoom meeting, and we all are painting the same thing. That's the idea. So everyone say this, we're gonna do a zombie class, and everybody who wants to do it will get a kit with the same blank, the same paints, and we all paint together. This will be a very beginner's level, so that we all go together and we paint the same thing. That's the idea. We have lots of ideas for more advanced classes too, but that's kind of what we would like to try. Hey, Lanny. A Zumbi class. Yes. Realms would like to know, how is the baby? The baby mask? The sticky baby?
Oh, I did not stick my finger in the baby today. Hello, Jones.
Michael and Lindsay. Lindsay would be more productive in a virtual class. She would spend all day loving on the critter at an in-person lab. Well, we have...
Do not hit the Jones window. It does cause problems.
Okay.
I have to adjust what my hotkeys are for on some of the windows.
We do have a lot of critters that come in our shop. Weird Kid, hello.
Hey, Weird
Funky
Kid.
says, can you do a fiberglass prop advanced class? What is wrong with you?
Yeah, we probably could.
Well, the kid has Shannon snacks. Oh. Sorry, Scott. Probably not. That's the thing when people want to come to a lab or a camp here, we try to tell them, by the way, there's pets, and if you're highly allergic,
You gonna die.
I hope you'll take whatever you need so you can be in the class. I wish you guys could see what's going on.
Oh, Jones is here. Mass
Jones
hysteria.
is attacking the dogs.
Yes.
He is attacking the dogs. He wants a piece of dog. What are you doing? Stop. There you go. He wants to get those dogs. The Weird Kid says, "How much is the dog? Is the dog? How much is the Gillman?"
This is not my Gillman. Trick or Treat Studios is Gillman. I think he retails for about $80.
Network says, "That would be awesome, painting with creepers in my shop." Yeah, that's the idea. That's kind of what we hope to be able to do, is to be able to have a class where we can all paint together, paint the same thing together, and learn together. That's kind of the idea.
This is Jones.
Are you still upset about?
They're not going to stream key?
We're excited tonight. Cold weather has us crazy. Hey, buddy. You flirt?
Okay.
All right.
Jonesy was rubbing up against my legs, making me pet him, so I had to give him some attention before he said bad things would happen if I did not. Okay, so now I'm going to ink, and I'm going to a rainforest green pinata ink.
Tina says, "I love your fur babies and that you include them in your videos." Weird Kid says, "I'm late to the party. I'm keeping 4 little monsters at bay in my house." Oh dear. The king, no wonder Jones had different colors. Alan will be painting his fur. He has, all of our pets do have latex on them.
Sometimes, not always. Not like standard issue, but it happens.
Oh, Mimi, hello.
I'm doing a new procedure on the mask, so I'm going to go to the back of the mask and work on that.
What you guys cannot see, well, Jonesy was facing the dog, talking in the face. Here, kid says, I'm trying to decide what mask to make next. I suffer from decider's paralysis.
No, it's still analysis by paralysis by analysis because you're trying to make a decision.
Michael and Lindsay say no matter what is going on, if one of our pets is near, Lindsay has to stop what she is doing and let her. She is my kind of people, Michael. Did this mask have any black-like color?
No. That was last night.
Since the research bones close like a butterfly, it's like a bee.
Right. Okay, pop a little more strength on that.
People are watching.
Hi, everybody.
Been on for 2 hours.
So what I'm doing right now is I am repainting a commercial Halloween mask. This is the Trick or Treat Studios Creature from the Black Lagoon mask, and I am just giving it a repaint because I wasn't as fond of the paint job as I was the sculpture.
Jennifer says I need to rewatch all the classic horror movies.
So do I.
Bloody Effects Makeup, hello. What's your favorite Universal monster, Alan?
The Wolfman, without doubt or question.
Did I say UCM?
The Wolfman.
What's your favorite UCM?
Yeah, Universal Classic. Wolfman, followed by Gillman, followed by Frankenstein.
How thick is this mask compared to yours?
It's probably like half the thickness of one of mine. This side has added drama with that extra green in there, and this side does not. Now you've got a hard light above, so you're getting a lot of shadows, but I can see the difference. I'm just going in like every, fifth or sixth line and painting in.
Alan, have you ever been to Waukulla Springs, where they're shot across the water scenes for Christmas?
I have not.
Right, Michelle?
I did not ever really get to South Florida. I lived in Orlando, but the furthest south I really got was Tampa.
Oh. Lindsay and Michael Kyle, thank you so much for joining our Patreon.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Thank you. You get a fist bump.
That's their second fist bump of the day.
Michael, Lindsay, this is for you. Lindsay, this is for you and your fur babies. Puppet Master says, I hope Alan never uses the what is your favorite movie option for password recovery. I get everyone knows the answer.
Oh, yeah. It's The Princess Bride.
Brown says, you still have the heads on the plaques at your monster museum.
Of course.
John C. says, fish gills only have one or two pipil cells on top of highly oxygenated capillaries, so they look blood red. John C., you are
such a nature.
Hey man, I gotta paint what they put on there, okay? I gotta paint what they put on there.
KDFX, just joined in real quick before I get back. Where did you get the mask from?
This is from Trick or Treat Studios. This is their Creature from the Black Lagoon mask.
Dutch Scholar says there's a film with animatronics and Nick Cage that came out named Willy's Wonderland.
Yes. It very much seems like Carl's Playhouse to me.
The King says, wait, why the wolf?
Because the Wolfman is best.
KTFX says, hi Ken, I'm going to make a video on the chainmail I'm making and how to do it on the website. Thank you, Grappy. I'd love to see it. Honestly, I'd just like to hear you talk. You're such a pleasure. The Weird Kid says, I'm Frankenstein all the way. However, shoot me, but I find the Hammer version much more scary.
I would say it's scarier, but it's also, it's closer to our time. You know, the Hammers were made in, what, the 70s? And Frankenstein was made in the 30s. So, a little closer to modern sensibilities. In my top 5 movies is Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. Definitely in my top 5.
Like he said, the new Patreon members should have the shirtless level perk as my special gift to them. Oh my god. Rounds would like to know if you sell the head plaques like you do the Monster Museum. Wednesday on how to make a wolf plaque.
I've done a few. You know what? Yes, I can actually do a YouTube Wednesday on making animal head plaques.
Mr. Fiction, thank you so much for joining our Patreon.
Thank you.
I believe I know what your name is here, so I'm just going to say thank you.
Don't they get a fist bump?
You got this ball.
The last person got a fist bump. You can't play favorites there, White.
Weird Kid says, come to Florida for a vacation and I'll show you guys around. Take you to the best hole in all eaters and we can talk monsters.
Sounds
Alan,
awesome, weird kid.
Alan used to live in Florida.
I lived in Orlando, yeah. I need to get to South Florida because I want to catch a peacock bass. That's like on my list of fish to catch. The elusive peacock bass.
Bloody Effects, I thought that was you. Thank you so much for joining our Patreon. Very kind. He says, I just got my first paycheck from my new job and I joined the Makers here on Patreon.
That is awesome. I appreciate your support.
Thank you so much.
Now, when you guys do stuff like Patreon, it's not like a huge payday for Alan. A lot of it goes back into, right now it's going into gear to make the live streams better and to make the videos better. So it all has a purpose. You know, things are happening with the money in Patreon.
It's very fluid.
That's what got us closed captioning. That's what, there's been some gear purchased from that. And there's going to be more gear purchased from that. The first month was, I spent more than that on fulfilling the t-shirts for the people who get t-shirts. So it's not a huge money maker, but it's an enricher for the show, for the program, for the shop. I hope that it gets to a point where I can buy gear you all know in my heart of hearts I want a new laser cutter. So that's something that I'm hoping we'll get there on Patreon. All right, so I've done all my fine lines with this green, and you can see that is, it's different. You know, it's a different mask than it was before. It's darker, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit it with some shading now. I've done fine line work, but no shading.
Any flecking on this?
No.
Jennifer Pete says he has a pretty intense double chin. Your kid said Glenn Strange did Frank.
He did.
He stopped whole heart. Lightning says, I do a lot of work in Florida around Orlando and Saratoga. John P. says, excellent peacock mass in Mexico.
Awesome. I'd love to go.
They can't also do a video on how to do the invisible man.
I would let you do that instructional video.
Coach Catherine says we're buying a lot of beer. Okay, so we're not, but there you go. Paula Beauty says, wow, looks way better, more detailed, pops here.
See this great cheek line feature that is on this side of the sculpture? It does not exist over here. I painted that one on, and I'm going to fake it again with paint because I like it so much. But that doesn't happen on the sculpt. They didn't do it. But they did it on this side, this nice cheekbone kind of thing. And it happens way back here. It's not strong enough, doesn't come down, it stops up there. So you can do some minor corrections with paint. A little darker around the eyes. Bit of shading for a nasolabial fold, and I'm actually feeling pretty good about this. I need to back up and take a look at it. Why don't you go to Ozbot, honey? Yeah, see, I couldn't do red lips on that. That'd kill me. That'd break my heart. But now I need to back up from it myself and take a look and see where it needs to be hit. That's actually pretty good. I'm not unhappy with that. That reads a lot more classic Creature from the Black Lagoon to me than the paint job it had before with the gold on it. So this guy, I'm just going to wet him up, and then I'm going to pull the mummy over, take a look at him, and see where he stands. You can go back to Pip, honey.
Okay, maybe the cheekbones didn't show up as much as the creature was exhaling during the cast. Hey,
Yeah.
Grass Garden, it looks like we came to life. Hey, Mike, is there going to be a schedule? Is there going to be a schedule of things on Patreon? Mike, do you mean a Patreon private feed?
We do Patreon exclusives, and I try to announce them a little bit ahead of time. Right now, a lot of my time is taken up by this 10 nights of color that I'm doing. 10 nights in a row live. That's a lot of my time right now, unfortunately. As soon as this is over, I'm going to get back to work on my Phoenix, which is a Patreon exclusive project. And I'll probably show the finished Phoenix on Still Beast or Still Beast Live, but the building him is a series of Patreon exclusives, and that is an animatronic Phoenix for actor Carrie. And then we do some stuff on there. There's thoughts of the day are on there. Yeah.
Horror Beauty says, I agree, Alan, no red lips on any monster unless it's blood.
Yeah. Or it's a hooker version of that monster.
Michael and Lindsay say the creature looks amazing. Mrs. CB has to go. Good night.
Good night, Mrs. CB.
Good night, Dutch Sully. Lisa says she really enjoyed being a Patreon.
Well, So Patreon, I hope that it's kind of understood that the main reasons why you're a patron on Patreon is to support the channel. Secondary reason might be the benefits that you get, but main reason is you want to support the channel in some way. My thinking was that Patreon would be a lot of haunted houses who regularly benefit from YouTube videos or whatever that I have done. So right now it seems to be some haunted houses, but mostly other people who just like what we do.
Right? Oh, okay.
But it took me a long time to even learn who my audience was. And they're not who I thought they were in the beginning. See, now he's the moist monster we all love. I'm going to go grab myself a little more of the high gloss varnish. If I'm looking for something in the shop, I cannot wear my glasses, or I will not see it. What, hot me while I'm walking around? And we'll just go back to pick. This is the Liquitex High Gloss Varnish. That's what I'm putting on as a clear coat.
Okay. You got a lot of comments on your hooker. Nathan Harvey says, name one Mossman we need a hooker version of, and boy, they're on it.
Have you not heard of Frankenhooker?
Frankenhooker, that's what.
That's the first one.
Bobby says, how much are hookers? Talk about a bidding war. Tank says, how would you describe your audience?
So most of my audience is now crafters who just like to make things, who may not necessarily even be super Halloween related. And there's also home haunters who do a very small haunted house or a home haunt. And there's a few that are pro haunts, but most of my audience now is home haunters. And when I started Stiltby Studios, I thought the audience was pro haunts. And I was just wrong. Because most, not all, but most pro haunted houses, they already think they know everything. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but they've come up, they have their own way of doing things, and they're not as willing, or they don't feel it's as necessary to learn a new way of doing something.
Want y'all can they see?
No.
So this is Tuxedo.
You gotta move over that.
This is Tuxedo. Tuxedo is our first foster fail who's decided to grace us. He is our 11-year-old elder statesman. And he decided to come in tonight. You guys rarely get to see him. So there's the beautiful Tuxedo. He's about 18 pounds. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Thanks for coming in, buddy. I'm so glad to see you.
I forget what I was talking about,
You
but
were
of
talking
course that
about
was secondary to
a cat.
a rarely seen cat species.
You were talking about your audience. Your audience
Oh,
is
yeah. I really did think it was going to be pro haunts, and that's because I just do a lot of money saving tips for them. But that's not who really watches. Now there's some like prop guys who work for pro haunts who watch, but most of the audience is home haunters and just people who like to make stuff. Yeah, I'm liking that. I think this is way better. But it's a personal preference, you know? The other paint job wasn't bad. It just didn't read Creature from the Black Lagoon to me. It didn't look wet enough.
Bobby Dawson says the benefits are awesome in my opinion. Let's see. Jeff Wolf says that's me and my family. We are home haunters. It's cat night. Yes, it is, Tina.
Any night Shannon's here is cat. It's just me and Shannon.
I said, I found you a few years ago with your video of corpsifying a skelly. I've been watching videos ever since.
I have a new corpse video coming out soon. I'll be right back.
Glad to have you, Yara. I hope I said that right. Yeah, he's a beautiful cat. He's a chunky cat. He's a big boy. He's a monster-sized cat. Yes, thank you, Adam. We need a pet cam. We really do. I find that if I'm watching a video and there's a pet in it, someone's pet walks in the video, I'm always thrilled to see their pet. I don't know that everybody feels that way, but I get very, oh, look, he's got a dog. Oh, how awesome, there's a cat. And I suddenly like their video more because they've got a pet in the video. So literally, I will stop the video here so you guys can see a pet. I do.
There you go, wife.
Zeus says, oh, wow. Where'd this come right off the shelf?
Back shelf.
Oh, beautiful.
We don't get these in Texas a lot. It's an icicle. You guys in Canada are like, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott Colehart is laughing.
It's an icicle.
Get the doggos.
I will. I think like what we have in here.
Cobwebs, I think that you're right. Tuxedo cats they just get big. Tom Everett says, all this time I thought this was a cooking show. Kind of, you're right.
Okay. Back to work.
Michael McBain. Creature looks a lot better wet like that. Cracky Kate says, I've been airbrushing for some years now, but always had trouble getting water droplets to look real. It drives me mad. And then Chad says, I think you're also more popular among home haunters because you show how to do things on the cheap cost side.
I do. And I always say that pro haunts spend money and home haunters spend time. The concept of I'm a pro haunter. The concept of making milk jug skulls is so alien to me because I can buy a skull for $3. So to make one out of a milk jug, even if it only takes me 20 minutes, that's expensive time-wise. So
Weird
I would.
The mask really pops.
I'd rather buy. And I still think that this is too dark. I'm a little too dark on this, and I want to lighten him up. And I think I want the hair to be a bit darker than the face, because this is obviously hair that's slicked back with mud. So this should be a little darker. I'm going to leave the hair as it is. I'm going to lighten up the face.
Mike Chesnowski says you've helped out more people than you know. Baba Daza liked to do greens together and how it on the
Gilman.
Gilman. It looks amazing. Realm says, I don't know how to describe my haunt because I'm in the middle. I feel being a home haunt and a pro haunt. It feels like he's in between.
Yeah, well, there is this wonderful in-between level, too. And I'll tell you what, that's where the magic happens. Because there's a point where pro haunting becomes a job. And when you are still doing it for love, like where Body Geeks is right now, he's committed. He loves obviously haunting and haunted houses, and he's really committed to it. But he's still new enough. It's not a job yet. It's still fun, And there, unfortunately, sometimes it gets to a point where they're not having fun anymore.
John C. says, now your rare chance to mold some real icicles. The King says, home haunt, we take our time because it means something to us.
Not just because it means something. You also have more time. You have less time open than a pro haunt, and you have less things to do because you're all about the show. I can't tell you how much of my time as a pro haunter is spent worrying about parking lots. You know, that's not sexy. But I have to maintain my parking lot. I have to make sure that we have that good flow of cars in and out, or the haunt can't make any money. As soon as it becomes about money, there's a whole other set of issues that we have to deal with and handle. And it seems like something like set decorating is secondary, because we have to take care of the things that make us money. It is a microcosm of golden handcuffs. The golden handcuffs are, I'm in a job that I hate. I know what I want to do and what I love. Sometimes that's haunting, but I can't leave the job that I hate because it pays me well and I have insurance. Golden handcuffs. In haunting, the microcosm golden handcuffs are, I have to worry about the things that bring income to make sure that I have that same amount of income next year. Dark Hour was really refreshing working with the owners that I did, because they knew, like, hey, we're not going to make money for a while. I get it.
Whitegeek says, I'll hire someone to do all the unfun parts.
As a director, I kind of do that. When we're open, I suit up. I make sure that I can go play. And that keeps me close to the cast, and I think that makes a better show.
Ray Mitchell says, yay, where are the $3 skulls? Are they good skulls?
They're fine skulls. It depends. It's Sunstar has good $3 skulls. You know, Walgreens has some real nice $3 and $4 skulls come Halloween time. Dollar Tree skulls are not as bad as they used to be. They upgraded the Blucky skull, so it's actually pretty good now. It's small, but it's a good skull.
Kim Costello, hey guys, I'm a big fan of your content. Was very happy to make it out to Dark Hour while I was in Texas some years ago. It was amazing, and I had a great time. I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Does Tim get a fist bump?
Yes, fist bump.
Tim, this is for you.
Hooray.
Yard Zeus says they don't have to be good, just life size and skullish.
Right. Yes.
The King says this year I'm planning to open from October 1st to November 3rd. And Alan, you're right. Because truthfully, you're way ahead of me. Let's see. Robert Bryan says Dollar Tree had some good filler skulls.
Yeah, they do. They really do. Well, I'm looking for an ink that I hoped I had open.
Bloody Effect says, are there recordings of past Dark Hour haunts for us in other states and regions?
No. No, there really is not. I'm going to run some alcohol through this. I got to clean the green out so that I can use brown and get that mouth line reestablished. I don't want to do a lot with it.
112 people are watching. Chad Smith says, my haunt was getting to the point I wouldn't be able to act and would have to run it.
Yep. It gets a little less fun then.
Body Heat says, I'm planning on 7 acres of parking. Parking.
Yes. You know, it probably can't stay grass. It probably can't, you know. So right now I'm doing I put my finger over it and I'm causing bubbles to happen in this color cup. That's back flushing the airbrush. So I want to get that green out of there fast.
Jeffrey Q says, when I retire in 1,000 years, I plan to travel in October and go through haunts all over.
Come on.
That's a great idea. It sounds like a beautiful October to me. It's 9:30.
Yeah, and I have a little bit left to do on this. I will not add fabric to him today, obviously.
Bloody effects. Alan, quick thoughts on McCamey Manor. Just popped into my head. Was curious on your outlook.
It's not a haunted house. It is a torture simulation experience.
Good night, Career Pass. Jeff Poole says that would be great to travel to all the haunts, but I have to wait 7 or 8 years for my wife to retire. You know, we've got a couple of friends who are retired, and that's what they do. If they starting in mid-September, they start traveling, and they literally go to all the haunts around the country. Sweet. And it's just a joy to watch them.
Again, there's no indent here of the skull. I'm going to paint it in with some shading. I think it's worth it.
How do you think you'll ever make a bugbear mask?
I have made a bugbear mask. Will I make another? Yes.
Grabbing your case, and I'm looking forward to dinner time today. Gonna have a big old kebab with all the trimmings.
That sounds delicious.
Oh, Grappy. Love hearing what you're doing.
I'm going over my shading now with this brush and just putting some dots of color in it because the brush doesn't have a lot of paint on it. But I want to break up my shading with almost speckles because liquid diffuses color and the airbrush is pretty diffused. And I want to bring back a little bit of that harshness that you get with the brush. All right, I'm calling the mummy done, kids. Yes, it will get more, but that's going to be, that's going to get fabric. And then I'll have to do some airbrushing on the fabric. But this mummy just reads a lot drier to me. It reads drier than it did before. It looked wet because it had an antique finish on it.
Maybe we could do the fabric on hair night.
Yeah. Finish up all these ones.
Well, you said you were going to do a hair night, and that would be a good time to finish detail on it. Hair night. We're going to have to give that a name. Baba Daza has a question.
I'm ready.
She gets the question going. And then Orton says, where did you get that blank?
This wasn't a blank. This was a finished mask. This came from Trick or Treat Studios. I will go ahead and put a link in this video's description after this video is over.
Body Geek says 10 nights in hair. No.
No.
Lisa says great finish. Bob Boyd, hi. This looks very cool. Baba Daza says, will my spray paints be ruined in the garage in so much cold?
Normally no, because spray paints are alcohol based. So alcohol doesn't freeze nearly the same as something water based. A can of latex paint or acrylic paint is much more likely to get ruined.
Baba Daza said, yes, fair night. Dad said, are you going to make these into props with prop bodies?
No, these are just going to be display heads for me.
He does look good.
They're going to go now.
Tripod?
Go to tripod.
He does look good.
Now you can see Creature from Black Lagoon looks wet now, and the mummy looks dry. And that's what I wanted. Creature looks wet, mummy looks dry.
Realm says 5 nights of hair. Weird Kid says, takes me back to some years ago when I built one of the Aurora mummy model kits. Mummies are fun to paint.
Yeah.
So I've always based my burnt umber. Bob Dowd says, okay, cool, that's what I was thinking, but I was not sure.
The transitions in the green look much harsher on camera than they do to the eye. I'm amazed at how harsh that line is right there. It's a pretty well blended line to my eye, but it's hard on camera. That's interesting.
Forest looks awesome with the paint job, lots of detail popping. Bloody Effects says, what is your favorite sculpt you've done, Alan?
The next one. It's the next one.
Jess Effects says,
Hold on. How depressing would it be if my favorite sculpt was something I did 20 years ago? What I've been doing the last 20 years, wasting my life? No, my favorite sculpt is the next one. The next one that I get to be able to do, that's my favorite. And it might not be the one I'm working on. Sometimes it's the next one because you always have these ideas in your head that you're really excited about. And I think keeping that excitement is what keeps you doing kind of the same thing over and over again, where you don't feel like you peaked 5 years ago, 10 years ago. I'm still climbing. My sculpts keep getting better, and I keep getting more excited about each one that I'm doing. You had a question, honey?
No. The paint jobs are excellent. It's much better now.
Yeah, I think it's nice that we did and this is something different. This is something that I haven't done really on this channel very much, is a repaint of someone else's masks. But it's a big thing that people do in the industry quite a bit.
Baba Dazzle says it didn't look harsh. It just from further back, but it blends really nicely. Chad says those came out so good.
Okay,
Paint
so
jobs are excellent, much better now.
that is it for tonight's show. I'm going to turn this camera on the white so she can say goodnight. There's my wife.
Good night. This is night number 8. 2 more to go.
Hooray!
Whose idea was this?
My idea.
It's a great.
I didn't tell you either.
It's you did.
Surprise!
This is my life. It's a great idea.
Okay, everybody. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and for watching. But yeah, we got 2 masks done. We got repaints done. I'm happy with how they turned out. You guys are awesome. Thanks for your support, for all the people who joined Patreon tonight, and for the Patreon supporters we already have. Doesn't matter the level. It's cool to know that we're not just throwing this out into the void. I love the fact that we can talk to you guys here. That's something that I never want to go away. And I don't know. Thank you guys so much for your support. It means a lot to me. And through Patreon and other things that we're doing, there's just more to come. More cool, fun stuff. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out. Go make stuff.